We've built around 1,000 PCs at the time of recording this video, so we've learned a thing or two, and we'll share that with you now. I'm Jack, I'm the founder of PC36, and I'm going to share some extra setup tips so that you can hit the ground running on your PC gaming journey. Our first tip is to do with something called mouse acceleration. By default, Windows will smooth your mouse inputs. Sounds great, right? Sure, for most people, but as a gamer, you want your mouse inputs to be precisely related to what you're doing with the mouse. It's especially helpful in shooter games. So we're going to disable it. Click the Windows key and type Mouse Settings. Go to Additional Mouse Settings, then the Pointer Options tab, then uncheck the box that says Enhance Pointer Precision. It's also worth ensuring that the Show Location with Control setting is unchecked as well. After doing this, your mouse might feel a bit jittery, but it will get better as your hand muscles adapt. Overall, this is actually going to make your accuracy in shooter games a lot better, even if it feels a bit weird to start with. Tip 2 is about customizing your RGB lighting. Most of our PCs do have some kind of RGB lighting on board that can be controlled using an app on the PC. In your spec sheet, we'll actually tell you the app that you can use to control the RGB, so just open this app up and customize your lighting. Sometimes you'll have a couple of different RGB lighting apps due to different manufacturers. If you prefer to have it all in one app, uninstall the current RGB apps and download something called Signal RGB. Tip 3. This is all to do with how to install and uninstall apps. It's not quite as simple as your App Store on your iPhone or your Android phone. To install apps, you simply download it from your desired site. In this case, we're downloading AirTech Switch Off, which is an app that lets you time when you want to turn your PC off. So for instance, if you went to bed but wanted something to download for 2 hours, you could set your PC to turn off after 2 hours. But this process will apply to most PC applications. We're just using this as an example. Once it's downloaded, it will go to your Downloads folder. Open the file and go through the setup process. Read it carefully and opt out of anything that you don't need. And hey presto, it's installed. We'd say as a general rule, it's best to restart your PC after installing any new apps. If you want to uninstall an app, so that's get rid of it, click the Windows key, type Settings. Go to the Apps tab, find the app that you want to uninstall, click the 3 dots, and then click Uninstall, following the pop-up that comes on the screen. When it comes to installing games, most of them will run through what's called a launcher. It's like an organizer for the games of that particular publisher. Thinking things like Epic Games Launcher. You install the launcher using the same process that we've just shown you. Then from inside the launcher, simply download the games that you want. Tip 4. This is all about maintenance. Keeping your PC clean is really important to make sure that it runs smoothly and for a long time. Dust is one thing that can clog up your PC, so we recommend taking the glass panel off and dusting it once every 3 months at least. Make sure the PC is off and unplugged while you do this. We like to use an electronic dust buster like this IT Duster's CompuCleaner, and if you want one, you can use code PC36DustVideo for free shipping on it if you buy it from us. There will be a link to see that below. But dust maintenance is just one part. We need to keep the PC clean digitally as well. This means going into your Downloads folder and deleting any files that you aren't using anymore. Also going into your apps and uninstalling the apps that you don't use anymore. You can also use apps such as BleachBit to clean out junk files every so often to keep your PC running nice and smooth. Finally, if you have a load of apps that pop up the moment you log into your PC, that can slow things down, but we can change it. On your keyboard, together, click the buttons Control, Shift, then Escape. Go to the Startup Apps tab, the one with the speedometer icon. have a look over the apps. If there are any that you don't want to automatically start when you log in, right-click them and choose Disable. It's as easy as that. And of course, in general, avoid dodgy apps and files to stave off any computer viruses. Your PC36 system will come with Windows Defender antivirus built in, so you don't need to get another one, but that doesn't mean you can go about being silly and downloading things you shouldn't be. Tip 5 is all about audio. This is how to get your headset to work properly. Now, if you've got a USB headset, this shouldn't be a problem. Just plug and play. But if you have a 3.5mm jack, pay attention here. This is much easier to explain in written form, so I've pasted a link in the description so you can read and have a look at what adapters you might need to get your headset working. Tip 6, and maybe the most important, is backing up your data. We have a saying here at PC36, if you care about it, back it up. Anything can happen in life, and having backups of your files is really important to ensure that you don't lose your hard work. The optimal system is called the 3-2-1 system. 3 copies of your data on 2 devices, one of which is cold storage, meaning it's not online. And ideally, that cold storage is actually not even kept in the same place as the computer or other device that has the data on it. But for most people, simply using a cloud backup service like Dropbox, OneDrive, or Google Drive is sufficient. Choose whichever one you want and install the Windows app for it. This will let you set up a folder that will continuously back up your files. So if, God forbid, lightning strikes your PC, you can retrieve your work on another device and pick up where you left off. Another good safety practice is to ensure your PC is connected to a surge-protected plug. Hopefully, this video has been helpful. If you've got any tips or suggestions, drop a comment below and we'll get back to you when we can.